No, if they're in the dishwasher, they're not clean. Oh, I see. Well, I'm still casting, so go ahead and serve yourself, and then I can... Okay. Okay. Welcome back! We are firing up a best of one between BioIce and Firefox from the lower bracket. Yeah, nice ZVZ. And yeah, we'll hop right in. Spawning in the upper right as the red Zerg, representing Europe, representing France, I think. It is Firefox. And as the pink Zerg in the bottom left, for North America, it is BioIce. Alrighty. Gas has started for Firefox. Hatch first for Bio. There's the pool. So, more aggressive potential with the fast gas. Might be a quick Ling speed, maybe even Banelings. I think he will still get a hatch soon-ish. There's the drone heading down now. So, a little more aggressive potential from Firefox at the start of this game. But overall, very similar openers, I would say. I don't feel like this is like hyper commitment from Firefox. I think he just wants to get quick Lings across the map and see if he can put on some pressure, maybe force an overreaction from BioIce. I'm not entirely certain, as this is not a matchup that I play a ton. I don't even really ladder with my Zerg. I just like play customs to warm up against the AI, because mechanics transfer across races. And Zerg and Protoss are mechanically more similar than, I think, Protoss and Terran. Anyway, we are gonna see those Lings coming across now, and I think Bio saw them when they left the natural. So, maybe not. He still has his drone going. Well, okay. I guess the Lings can get a cancel on this third. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going up quite so fast. There's a little bit of whoa there. You can't have this, says Firefox. Queen and Lings are going to save the drone, barely. It has like 5 health. Its life flashed before its eyes, and here come Banelings. So the aggressive potential is actually piling on. I don't think Firefox has made very many drones. No, he got to his 16 drones, and then he's like, you know what? I think I will be very committed. Xeno doesn't know anything about ZVZ. We're gonna have some Ling Bane action on the largest map in the pool. Good queen block on the ramp. And the Banelings, though, the initial ones didn't really get that much for their trouble, but the Lings do kill the queens, and the follow-up Banes can head farther in. Well, okay. Spine is almost complete on the ramp, and that should help him stabilize, maybe? Well, it died! Bio, I don't think this is going the way you imagined at the start of this game. Okay, okay, everything's been cleaned up, and he has his own oh, no, just kidding, more Lings. More Lings. Banelings from Bio are here, and they're going to allow him to at least hold his high ground. There are more Banes from Firefox being morphed by the fresh third, but the Lings of Bio are on that. Lings are running into the main as well. so far 15 drones have fallen for BioEye. So at the very least, Firefox has a worker advantage. But the aggression has not stopped. Banelings are rolling into the main mineral line again. Not the greatest of connections. Sorry, they didn't load Game Heart. 6 drones on the side of BioEye, and he's gonna tap out. Firefox will advance to the next stage.
Yes. Good. That's it. Good job. Good.
Alrighty. I think we're looking for an I need to see what's going on here. So much death. Okay, where is the... There's Art. And then Paco Mike is playing Estrella right now. So maybe we can get Art versus the winner of Estrella versus Paco Mike. Yeah, let's shoot for that. Okay. Maybe I can find one of them. Nose goes. Okay, let's see, where are we? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait on the winner of Paco Mike versus Estrella, which is happening right now. So I think I'm gonna throw it to the disco thing. No! 你好。 Hellos. We are waiting for Astrea and Art to do vetoes, and we should be underway momentarily. Should not be much longer. I just figure you guys have had enough disco for now. You can sit down. Hey. Hooray! We got the invite. Okay. They have finished their vetoes. And I don't know what the maps are that they have selected, but the first map will be Eternal Empire. These two players have a little bit of a rivalry going. Astrea, on paper, has more accomplishment, shall we say, but Art has been a consistent thorn in his side for these MVP cups. So, we shall see how this one goes. Spawning in the lower left as the pink Protoss, representing Europe, it is Art. And to the upper right as the blue Protoss. For NA, though he may be in Korea, I'm not sure if he's over there right now. It is Astrea! Alright. Standard openers on both sides. Oh, the color thing is messing with me. There we go. No, that's not what we need. I think that's right. It is best of 3, right? Sushi can yell at me if it's not. Okay. So technically, the only difference in their openers so far is that Art's building placement was flush with the wall to begin with, so he would have been slightly more susceptible to cannon rush than Astrea. if one of them had chosen to do so, but that's completely irrelevant to this game because there is no forge. We do see a probe from Art going out for perhaps a proxy Stargate, perhaps a proxy Robo. It could be either in this position. I think Stargate is more likely, but you can proxy Robo from there too. It's close enough. Stalkers on the menu for the opening coming out of Astrea, whereas we have Adepts here, so this will probably be a Stargate then. Yep. There's the Stargate. The Stalkers are going to remove this probe from the equation. And the pylon was cancelled. I don't remember whose pylon that was. I want to say because it was cancelled, it was Astrea's pylon, but I'm not sure. Stalkers have found this Stargate. Perhaps I missed a probe scout. In any case, the Adepts are going to engage the Stalkers. He just cancels it all. Wait. Oh yeah, the gas. I was like, why were there two numbers there? What happened? Okay. Both Adepts have been removed, the Stargate is cancelled. I think this is going well for Astrea. He's getting another Stalker. Another Pylon. He has his expansion up. Oh. Okay, so he'll have 5 Stalkers to the 2 of his opponent. This is getting a little bit hairy for Art. He's gonna have a lot of pressure to deal with. This ramp? Oh, okay. Well, I guess he just doesn't have the Stalker count anyway. Sentries are here, so I don't think Astrea can push up into the main anytime soon. He's gonna run away for a moment and then attack the sentries. Working on the pylon. Carefully moving his Stalkers away from the ramp so that they cannot be picked off, force fielded, or otherwise. Cancel might be forced. Well, okay. Art is going to try and save this with the Immortal, and I think he can, because he also has sentries behind this. So, between the choke, I think Art is okay now. In any case, Naturals are finishing up about the same time. Robo is on the way, Warp Prism, Forge. Still has 5 Stalkers here. Hallucinated Scout going in. We'll see that the worker count is up for our, Astrea. Gosh. They both have this, like... They share a lot of, like, all the letters of Art exist within Astrea. So, like, this is going to... Okay, anyway. 3 sentries, 5 Stalkers... where's the prism? There's the prism. He's not rallied it to the Stalkers, so this might be for Adepts. Oh, no, he changed his prism movement, so he might pick up the Stalkers then. Like 4 of them? I don't know. What are you doing? Decided to go for the natural instead? Anyway, double Immortal, or no. Immortal and 2 Adepts are going to come into the natural. Hallucinated Archon is going to help take some shots. And, with the Warpin as well. But on the other side, the Prism and 5 Stalkers did go in for baited a force field. They are going to have to be recalled though, as there is nothing left at the natural. 4 probes have gone down for Astrea. 6 now, and the Immortal is still here. Okay, this will get cleaned up. 7 probes have been lost for Astrea, evening the worker count. So the game is now economically even. However, Art does have an army advantage. +1 is slightly faster for Astrea, nothing of consequence. Like, unless they happen to fight right as he gets his +1, it's not going to have any particular bearing, just keeping pace with each other. 4 more gateways have gone down, and the Templar Archives for Astrea. Meanwhile, it looks similar on this side. I think one of, yeah, there's a T. Templar Archives. Third base has started for Astrea, and the game has stabilized again after the Prism harass on both sides. Slightly better positioning of Prism and army movement from Art does allow him to rectify his proxy that was scouted. Just not less than ideal opener in terms of situations. Stalker is going to see the Prism and 2 Immortals will get picked up, so no units lost yet in this next engagement. Gonna try and go through this ramp? I don't think you want to do that. Okay, yeah, he agrees and has reconsidered his attack path. Moving around to the third, Art is going to gain high ground and push into the third. Charge is done for, I think, both players, and Archons are here. Get a nice pickup on the first Archon. It will get dropped. Next Archon is juggled. Shield batteries as well, but there's just not very much for Astrea on the ground. I think Art has found an opening, and I think he will be able to at least get the third, if not more. Continuing to engage the army. There's not any static defense here to fall back into, so he has tucked himself into a corner. The probes are being pulled, but the warp-in from Art is going to close this game. Oh man. All right, I believe it is Hey, what happened here? Oh, are we moving to West? Or Europe? Okay. Yeah. We switched. Okay. Is it EU or is it KR? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's Astrea. Where did Art go? Well, we'll tag this one. I don't have the thing. Where's Art? I see Astrea. How do I join lobby? Where is Astrea? Help! Cannot join game. I don't see Art. Hooray! We got lobby. Cool. Oh. There's no Art yet. That is why. That's why I don't see Art. He's not here. Okay, well. Turn Estrella on and off again? Yeah, I'll just play Estrella instead. I don't think Art would like that. I mean, at least this is a decent map for cannons. Not that I anticipate seeing cannons from one of them here. Oh, what happened? Oh, I think Art needs a moment. I think he needed to run to the restroom or get water or something. It would be something if Art cannon rushed. Alright, what have we in chat? What kind of hellish menus has Stalkers on it? Estrella's menu, apparently. His PvP opener menu. I mean, PvP is a hellish menu of proxies and micro anyway, so it's fascinating. Where are we? Golden floor color? You know, I usually like it, but on Stasis it was not. It was like, instead of a gold, they made it like sun. But it's good on Eternal Empire. You could not see the border of the cliff properly on Stasis. It was very obnoxious. But generally speaking, I think I prefer the lighter schemes compared to the darker schemes. Okay, I have been moved to spectator. And we are waiting on Art still. the map shouldn't blind the players. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're like trying to play on Stasis, and it's like, you know what can't move? My eyes. They can't move to the screen. It's just too bright. Alrighty, here we go. Art versus Estrella, game 2. On Ephemeron. Invite Alpha Star to Alpha X. Oh man. Alright. Spawning in the upper left as the pink Protoss. For NA, it is Austria. And the bottom right as the red Protoss. For Europe, it is Art. Alright, looks like standard openers on both sides. Yep. Art's gate is a hair faster. Hey, wait. Art cut a probe. What? Why did he cut a probe? Was this intentional? His gate... I don't know. Scouts for proxies... or cannons, I should say. I should be more specific on what he's scouting for. Okay. Oh, he's even... Wow! He even looked for the like, sneaky location, and, like, that also checks for your, 2-gate forge. Okay. Being very safe with his probe movement. I mean, he doesn't actually need to get to the other side of the map all that quick anyway, because tech isn't even available yet, as the cybers have not yet completed. Interesting. I wonder why he uses a 50. Is that intentional, or like it definitely speeds up his gateway, but what are you going to do? Oh, Zealot Sentry. I think the Zealot is a fake. Yeah, he canceled. Oh, interesting. He just wants a very fast sentry. This is like greed. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't, I thought he was gonna drop a pylon here to block the probe to prevent it from going to the low ground. But, anyhow. Let's see... Yeah. Austria doesn't know that. Art... Well, okay. I was gonna say he doesn't know that Art expanded, but I guess he saw the sentry and knew that it would not be an aggressive opener. So he just gets his expansion after the 2 stalkers. I don't know. At least that's how I would read this. Like, or how I am assuming he's reading this, I should say. I don't know if I would. Well, I mean, really, the fastest thing of a sentry first is probably into Immortal Prism Sentry push at like 430, so you can still get your natural against that. Okay. And he did check for proxies, so he's Gucci. Robo and Forge are there, and just the TC for Art. I feel like this is slightly better for Austria tech path-wise. Like, he's powering into that mid-game, right? So he'll have a higher immortal count. He'll have +1 quicker. Now, Art is getting his Forge and his Robo. He can technically sidestep the mid-game power spike for Austria by going into Disruptors behind this. I don't know if he will. He is getting Blink, which, like, if you're gonna get Disruptors, you probably are going to want Blink Stalkers. So, I don't know. TC has gone down for Austria, just kind of filling in what Art has and that he doesn't. And another hallucination scout on both sides. This is very passive openers from both players. Just getting that scouting, progressing into the mid game. Solid, solid. Blink has started for. Okay, he is gonna get his prism next. So I think Art is going to look to at least harass. He might put on some pressure of some sort. Where's his army? Oh, there's his army. Stalkers have moved out. Prism is going to reinforce them. And yeah. Good force fields on the ramp. Gonna prevent the stalkers from just waddling up. And sniped something, maybe a probe? Prism has 2 adepts and they're going to go to the main. And that might open a little bit of attention for these stalkers to blink somewhere. I don't think he's gonna blink into the main. Oh, loses the prism. Definitely not going to blink into the main then. Okay, well, blink stalker or stalkers from Astrea did snipe the prism, and this pressure from Art has lost all of its momentum. He still has his stalkers here. He does have an observer. So, oh, never mind. I was going to say the observer could provide high ground vision, and the blink stalkers could have backstab, but the one thing going for Art is that he does have the quicker third, and Astrea is still chasing this army instead of either directly attacking or taking a third. Not that he can just do either blindly. He has to kind of... Okay, well, he's decided that he's just gonna force Art to come home, I guess. I believe there was a recall on the stalkers. Yeah, they went to the natural. Force fields are available, but there are Archons, and they're gonna break those force fields, allowing the charge lots to get on top of this predominantly stalker force. 3 immortals are here, but they are falling rather fast. Blink stalkers from Art do pick off the prism, and there are some zealots that have entered the fight on the side of Astrea, and they're gonna turn the tide of this fight. Now, there are no more reinforcements that will be here anytime soon for Astrea, so what he has is what he's got, at least for a little bit. I think he sent some stalkers from home, and they will secure the retreat. The third was killed. That's pretty important. It justifies his lack of a third. There is a probe going out for Art. I don't know where it's going or what it's doing, but third is gone down for, or has begun for Astrea. Still positioning himself a little bit aggressively. Perhaps wants to get a cancel on this third again, and I think he will do just that. Blinks away as the charge lots come in, trying to pick things off, and okay, disengage. High Templar, charge lot, well, Archons I should say. +3 is on the way, and a little bit more scuffle here at the would-be third. And I think Art can finally establish this third. I think. It's a little bit hairy, but his army is already in position as opposed to having to come from the natural. And I think he has to try something else. there are DTs. And they are running in. Recall has been forced. DTs at the third, DTs at the natural, DTs at the main, well, sort of. Good pylon blocks are going, well, adequate pylon blocks and a force field are going to stem the hemorrhaging of probes. And 11 probes fall for Austria, but he is still in a decent position. He's ahead on army supply. He'll have +3 in a moment, and +3 is just starting for Art. So looking down the road, yeah, he's behind a couple probes, but he will kind of make that up with a faster third. And as long as he doesn't lose any more probes, oh, there goes one. Okay. At the end of all this, resources lost are heavily in favor of Austria, as he's played golf better. He has the lower score, and circling to the third, he's going or pushing into the third. There are 4 shield batteries here. He has blink stalkers. His charge block count is about on par. The Archon count is distinctly in his favor. Immortal count not so much, as he did lose his initial 3 immortals from the start of this game, from the first engagement not having charge. 2 zealots are sharking. Ah, they are looking for this. That's what they're doing. Okay. Austria has reconvened upon his own ramp, regrouping with whatever forces were at home, and Art has decided to move out for perhaps some pressure. +1 shields is starting for Austria, gonna help those Archons out. He does have more cotton balls than Art, so while at the moment the army upgrades are, I think they're even again. I think Art moved out when his +3 completed, yeah. And this 4th has to be cancelled. But I mean, it's not like there's already a 4th down for Art, so it's okay. He just gets supply blocked, which is unfortunate. Prism? Okay. Well, that's gone. Alright, 4th is started again for, or has been started again for Austria. Hallucinated Phoenix is not checking the 4th actually, but it will see the 3rd, the kind of possibility of the army positioning. He saw a couple units, but not like a ton. And I think Austria is well, it looked like he was contemplating going straight into the natural, but is this Austria's? That is Austria's. Huh. Okay, I think he killed a scout there. He has some disruptors now, as he is down in the immortal count. This can help rectify that. He has a lot of Archons, and they're going to make short work of the Zealots, assuming that the Zealots ever engage directly into this. So a little bit of an unusual comp. Like, it's similar to Blink Rupture. Like, it's fundamentally Blink Rupture, but There's a lot of Archons. There's some charge slots. Shot goes out, doesn't connect with anything. Another shot does clip the Immortals, but they are being juggled. But all the charge slots have dissipated for Art, and I don't think he has enough. I think there might be a little... Well, I guess with 4 Immortals, Estrella doesn't really want to... Oh. Okay. Retreating Disruptors are still very scary. Oh, that was a nice shot. Okay. I think we're going back to NA. Oh man. Okay. Oh man. That was terrifying. Okay, I found 1. I found... Anyhow, we'll get there. We'll get there. World of Sleepers. There we go. That makes it simpler. Ah, Kozan is here as well. So, dual stream coverage. Alright, so the score is 1-1. Let me think about this. With game 1, there was a proxy Stargate attempted from Art, but it was shut down. Then he equalized the game with an Immortal Adept drop, and then Art was able to navigate that to a win. Game 2, Estrella took a tech advantage into the mid game. He pressured the third, converted this into an economic advantage, and then was able to get disruptors behind his Archon Stalker count and take game 2. Now, for game 3, in the upper right as the blue Protoss, it is Estrella. And in the lower left, as the pink Protoss, it is Art. So they have one on each other's servers, as it were. I think Estrella is back in the US if they're playing on NA this much. I'm not certain. We do have the right overlay. Okay, cool. Probe scouting. Missing pylon. Where is pylon? Pylon is here. Gateway. Okay. So this looks like some heavy stalker pressure coming out of Estrella to start the game. Probably gonna look for a deny on the natural. Estrella should know that there is a proxy. He may think, I think Art is hoping that he thinks it's the proxy Stargate again. And if that were to be the case, and he played it normal, like as if oracles were coming into the main, then the shield battery is over here when he may want a shield battery here instead. Well, where is this stalker going? Oh, no, nowhere near. Stalkers from Art have caught up to this. Oh, no. Okay, he sees, he knows. Okay, so his shield battery will not be misplaced, and he's actually going to get 2 of them, both at the natural. And he has 4 stalkers, so he can engage the 3 stalkers of his opponent. Still loses a stalker for his own, but he's gonna get the other one as well, and decides to back off for a moment. Now he has to run as the stalker count is even. Production is still technically higher on the side of Art for the moment, but Warp Tech has completed and there are 2 shield batteries here. There's another pylon going down so that this will not be unpowered if the first pylon was to be sniped. And I think Art has recognized that the defender's advantage is going to go come into play a little bit too much, so he's backed off. And oh, what was that? A probe, I guess? Okay. Estrella can now remove this proxy from the equation. Simplify the headache, getting rid of the pylon first. Okay, I guess he only wants to get rid of the pylon. You know what? He probably feels blind right now and doesn't know if there's army coming up this ramp. So he wants to have this hallucination out first before doing anything further. He does see the 6 stalkers and 3 sentries, so that's a nice scout. And that might, yeah, okay, Art is just gonna go home. He's gonna want another scout of some sort to confirm that it's not encroaching on him. I think between the observer and the hallucinated phoenix, even though they didn't find the army, they confirmed that there was not an army there, so he can extrapolate, right? We have a forge and a robo going down, whereas the forge is already complete. Did I say a robo? I meant Twilight Council. The robo is already done. Twilight Council is also going down here, so slight tech advantage for Estrella, perhaps. Oh my goodness, what is this? Sentries in the prism trying to force field the ramp. Okay, that is not happening. Astrea he had a spotter pylon. He recognized what could be up. He does have this observer, so this is nice coverage of the ramp. So he knows that the army did not circle to the natural immediately after that positioning, and he's okay to have these stalkers here as the shield batteries and immortals are back at the natural. Okay. We were about to have some flashbacks of like 2016 or something. Adepts have come in and gotten themselves 4 probes. So, slight worker advantage now going to Astrea, whereas before it was in Art's favor. Third potentially on the way for Art. Yeah, there it goes, and Art is going to get his own DTs. Oh, I thought these were Adepts for a second. Uh-oh. What? Oh, he just stopped his Phoenix randomly. Okay. I was concerned for a moment. Another DT is going to be warped in. And the first 2 are loaded into the... Okay, all of them are going to be loaded, and they will be dropped. DTs are going to be... this army is nowhere in position. Striking right as... okay, recall is available, so it's actually... Well... I was gonna say it's okay, but we're losing probes very quickly. Astrea is in trouble. This prism, though... Okay, it will escape. So, Art regains his economic advantage. At the end of it, it wasn't as dangerous as it could have been. I think... it was a really sharp reaction from Astrea, so while the play was there, the army was out of position, he quickly brought his army back to the natural. He wasn't lacking detection, and yeah, just chase the prism, really. A little bit hair-raising, though. You definitely feel that as like, oh no, not the DTs, not now. We were doing so well. Alright, +2 is halfway done for Art, and nearly done for Astrea. Stalker defense with the Observer is at the main. Zealot Archon positioned at the 3rd, spreading out for a better surround. And Art is contemplative of aggression. Contemplating aggression. But has not pulled the trigger on that just yet. Alright, there he goes. There are a good number of Archons here, so the charge slots are not getting a lot done just yet. The Archons are being juggled behind this, but Astrea's own Archons are also eliminating the charge slots of Art, and I think this is going well for the blue Protoss. Defender's advantage, blinks for the prism, and we'll get it. Yep, it is game 3 going to Astrea. That must feel good. I think in all of their previous encounters, Art has won the first engagement of the top side of the bracket, so I'm not entirely certain on that, but the majority of them have gone to Art for some reason or another. Okay. I do not know what we are casting next, if we are casting still. Let me see what the bracket looks like. We have Masa versus Estrella. I think the mainstream will take that. So maybe we can get a losers bracket match. Maybe losers semifinals. I don't know. The bracket is rather unclear at the moment. I want to say Kozan will get the Masa versus Estrella, so I think I'll leave that to him. While... what are we looking for? Oh, I guess we follow Art. Art versus Starkiller. That makes sense now. Where is Art? Where is Starkiller? Okay. Oh man. I messaged Starkiller saying that I was looking to cast his game versus Art, and he says, I think Art is hiding from me. So, I guess Starkiller needs a new source of creativity. No, he has plenty of creativity as it is. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So they should be playing their set soon. Should be a best of one. I hope your animals are good. Arrow is doing fine. The ants are alive. Those are the animals I have at the moment. What if period? I don't know. Daunted. What if Starkiller 2 base Muta? I don't know how. I know he's done it on occasion, or at least something in that direction. The thing about like Starkiller plays so many unique games that like sometimes I'm not really sure if I really consider it the same thing. Like, you know, I don't know anyone else that uses a 15 hatch, so or not a 15 hatch, a 15 pool so regularly as Starkiller. Like, it's such a common opener for him, specifically. What happened? Oh, nothing. Nothing here. Onward. You're not even sure if Starkiller is human. Perhaps Starkiller is Beta Star. Or is he Omega Star? Is that what the star is there for? Or maybe he is the death of Alpha Star. Maybe that's the star that he is killing. I don't know. I do feel that certain players are stylistically stronger versus Alpha Star than... Me? Is it not? Wait, where did he go? What just happened? Okay. We're fine! We're fine! All is right in the world. Oh man. Players really know how to get streamers to or casters to panic. They're like, wait. And I think they consult Blizzard to help them. Anyhow. Ha! Oh look, there is a star for Starkiller and no star for Art. Okay, I'm done. Spawning in the upper right as the Teal Zerg. For North America, it is Starkiller! And in the bottom left as the pink Protoss. For Europe, it is Art. Me? Oh, what? Wait, what? Starkiller, what are you doing? Oh, he's actually taking his gas now. What is this opener? It's a 1717 gas pool. I think. And then he waited to send his... Huh? This is what happens every time you cast Starkiller. You're just looking at his opening and you're like scratching your head. Okay, we're gonna get a core expand. I like this from Art. You see a fast pool, but not like a super fast pool. Like it's clearly a pool first, but it's not like a 12 pool. So he's just going to give himself some tech options quicker, and with the fast gas, I think this is the correct Protoss response to what he has scouted. He's getting warp tech. I don't know if that's the right use of your gas, but oh, okay, he's going robo, never mind. And he's just gonna put it in his wall. Okay, this makes sense actually. Okay, quick third. Not super quick, but like it's like it started is what I'm getting at. And yeah, I think the game is just gonna standardize. Yeah, there's a faster speed, but there's nothing to punish with that faster speed. The Adept is in the wall, so it's going to cover the Cyber. And the Sentry is here as well, so now the Adept can go scout if he really feels like that is necessary. Alternatively, he can just wait for the hallucination. Prism is on the way, and the probe, I believe, confirmed the third. Yes, okay. So, there's no surprises yet. He's kind of maneuvered the opener from Starkiller just fine. And, yeah. So 17-17 all around. Gonna get another Adept, so he will be able to pair these and pick off some drones, perhaps. There's no Spore Crawler, and the Queen's not in position to deny this yet. So gonna get a few at least. One. Good pull on the drones. And save most of them. 2 do fall. 3 in fact. Hey! Okay. He does save the Adept. He had to cancel the Shade in order to pick up the Adept. It's a little bit awkward sometimes. This is truly Art's Zealot. Okay. I thought I was looking at a Changeling for a second. Double Phoenix production on the side of Art. Art is a unique Protoss. This is a thing. It's just... you don't see this very often. So, I think when people see a Robo Opener, they either like press into heavy roach production because they're concerned of the Soul Train, or they press into Stargate or into Muta. And against both of those, I think Double Phoenix is nice. And I want to say Hero did something like this recent-ish, not like super recently, but like. Or was it Zest? I don't know. It was in a GSL. Let me put it that way. Okay, Phoenixes are out, and this is going to be the first indication that Starkiller gets of this. They are going to start picking off Ravagers, and they're just going to keep marching across the map. There is no third down for Arch, so these... well, the Phoenixes have to come out. This is a ton of Ravling, and they are going to walk right in here. The force field isn't even in proper position. It's going to get biled down immediately anyway. Another force field is going to come down. Phoenix is lifting Ravagers so that they cannot bile the force fields. However, there's still a bile available, and now the Lings have entered. But they haven't really killed very many workers yet. They were mostly engaged with the army. And this is, it looked so scary at first. Gonna empower the Stargates, that's something. But hasn't really gotten many actual worker kills. Okay, 5 have started. He could get this Cyber, that would be nice, I guess. I don't know. Shield battery. Just kidding. Just kidding! So, Art, is at 40 probes. It's like, not quite 2 base saturation, but basically 2 base saturation. Zealot, okay, well, those Lings are dead. Zealot shield battery can kill a lot of Lings in a choke. And now the phoenixes are here. Spore crawlers are up at least, but I feel like the spore crawlers only protect the overlords. They don't actually protect the probes or the queens or the drones necessarily. Like some of them are still going to die, like the ones on the gas here. 4 have gone down. I guess it's better than nothing, right? Like he needs something. Does he have any anti-air besides the? No, he only has Queen Spore. How do you move out? Ever? Well, I guess you just do this. Just Ravagers. Kill everything. I think there were lings here. I was looking at the Phoenix side of things. And gonna buy some probes. I want to say the lings help keep the cyber and the ground army. Oh no, the ground army's here. Okay, we're on a full base trade. I think this is okay for art, actually. Because I don't think, Straya, oh gosh. I don't think Starkiller cannot stop the ground force at the natural. And, there are still phoenixes, defending at home. Force field on the ramp. Ooh. Lings did come out, and with the drone pull, they might. Yeah, okay. No Prism Micro on the Immortals, so they will also fall. Prism was a little bit too far to help. Phoenixes were dealing with the Lings. There is still one Ling, but I feel like the Oracle needed to be at home. Zealots are still making something of this, but Roaches are going to clean the rest of that up. Queen is here. 5 workers for Art, 17 workers for Starkiller. Phoenixes are going to try and supply block Starkiller, but I think this is good for Starkiller. This is a really scrappy game though. He's gonna dive in, try and he's really just trying to remove any sense of economy for Starkiller because the game is so scrappy that really every worker matters, but there are lings in the Protoss base killing probes. 13 drones have gone down for Starkiller, while Starkiller is using his army to re-engage this. There's nothing in the main. All the probes are at the natural, and at least he can attack from the Nexus. I feel like he should have attacked the Pylons, but okay. This is gonna get cleaned up at the natural. No more probe depths for now. And oh, the Oracle's out of energy, so the Nexus will actually fall. That's something. Oracles are in production for Art. He needs something to deal with lings, and he can't really afford gateway production. Like, he has gateways, 3 of them, but like, he's so poor. Zealot is here, going to help protect the ling from the lings. Oh, this is a crazy game! 3rd base died from the push, so 2 bases on both sides, less workers than you start the game with on both sides. Zealots clearing the Stargates, or Zealots, Zerglings. Do you believe? Okay. Phoenixes are harassing. Get 2 more drones. Did he move all his... Yeah, he moved all his remaining spore crawlers to the natural. He's not mining the main as that has fewer mineral patches. Lings are still eating things. Overlords are running for their lives. Phoenixes are trying to get what they can, but see, the thing is, I don't know where Starkiller is supposed to go from here. Like, I mean, I don't know where either player is supposed to go from here. I mean, we've essentially what we've said is, okay, you guys, your mains are irrelevant. You can get the Lotvi start to your tech, but your economy is gonna go back to, like, Wings of Liberty era. These Phoenixes do represent a lot of harass potential, though. So Starkiller is having a lot of difficulty remaking his army because he just can't... Oh, neither player can get their workers up. You know, actually, this is slowly looking better for Art. He might even full wall his main in case of Nidus. I don't know. I don't know why he built his second pylon there. Or a second pylon on the ramp, not his second pylon of the game. That would be crazy. I mean, his second pylon was on the ramp, but that was the other pylon. That is the first pylon. That is... Goodness, I give up. I can't save it. Hopefully you understand. Oh man. Another spore crawler is going... Oh no, that's a spine crawler. Just kidding. I hear lings. Oh. How did these get here? Whatever. I mean, I definitely think he needs one pylon up there, right? Oh, wings run into the natural. Or the main, however you want to count the bases at this point. Adept is here. It is shooting the refinery instead of shooting the ling, but somehow the ling died. I don't know. I just don't know. There are roaches out, a queen, spore shooting. Gosh, these Phoenixes are just so strong right now. Like, there's nothing to contest them. The economy is in shambles for both players. I mean, they just like stalemated into who knows where. A huge ling flood. Okay, the wall is up now. So I think this is where... Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say this is where you get a Nidus to move them in, but a Drop-a-Lord works as well. I don't know. I don't feel like a Drop-a-Lord is better because, like, the Phoenixes can come kill that. Art, you madman! Okay. I don't disagree with this decision. But lings and overlords represent a lot of map vision. There are the overlord spread is quite poor. I will give you that. Largely because of the Phoenix presence. So, or explicitly or distinctly because of the Phoenix presence. So, like, this is the only overlord on well, these two overlords are the only overlords that are not hiding over spore crawlers, right? So, I don't know what he killed. Something. Still has 5 Phoenixes. Oh. What have we picked up? 2 Archons. Ooh. Ooh. In this situation, these 2 Archons are... Oh. Okay. I like this progression for Art. Astrea or Starkiller has been so committed to stopping the Phoenixes that he may not have enough roaches to handle the Archon drop. Well, okay, Stasis Ward on the ramp is going to stun most of these lings, and now we can go back to the Archon drop. It does... Okay, the roach count is actually respectable for all things considered. The natural is starting to mine out. So, oh, well, that attempt at a third is not happening. That is all it will be, an attempt. Dropalord is hiding. I mean, Art should know there was a Dropalord, right? How else did the Lings get there? Oh. Wow. Okay. Starkiller is just going to... He's like, your army is probably looking for my Dropalord now, so I'm gonna run my Lings right in. And he doesn't actually find himself any extra probes. Maybe one, maybe two. Yeah, two. But this is obnoxious. Phoenixes are going to lift the queen, and the prism is... Wait, what happened to the spore that was here? Oh, it moved to this side. Okay. The ninja base is paying dividends for Art at this point. Economy is in his favor, and I know it's only a 5 worker advantage, but that's or well, now it's a 7 worker advantage, but that is huge right now. With such a scrappy game, with so little supplies, okay. 5 Phoenixes are still left. 7 kills, 13 kills, 16 kills, 11 kills, 10 kills. 1 dies. Okay, 4 Phoenixes left. 5 little Phoenix jumping on the bed. 1 fell off and bumped his head. Okay. Where are we? Third base is a retaking of the main. Gases are complete at the natural. And they will be saturated. Starkiller still has no idea. You know, the other thing about this Archon drop is it dissuades Starkiller from having map presence with his Lings. Because he's just gonna go into roaches, and he needs to defend the Archon drop. Roaches are moving into position so that he doesn't just lose probes randomly. That Archon is very low. Okay, this cannot drop. There are, yeah. Okay, recalls? Don't know where he recalled to. There actually wasn't any particular pressure, so I think he should not have used the recall. But the idea was to go home, and how he went home didn't really matter. I just feel that recalling was like unnecessary. Like there's nothing wrong with it. He's not gonna get punished for it, I don't think. But like, if this base gets found and he wants to recall these probes, recall is now on cooldown. He cannot recall them to his third. I don't think that's going to happen before recall comes back, but you know, just perhaps he was worried there were queens here. But like this was safe space. He He was at his leisure to go home, I guess is what I'm getting at. An immediate retreat was not in order, just a retreat of some sort. Anyhow, it's a crazy game. Starkiller is now taking his 4th base. I think he's gonna look at this replay and wonder how he could have scouted this ninja, but I don't know. It's just... This is one of those few games where a ninja base really pays off. Like, just look at all these Archons. This is monstrous. And, oh, Burrow is complete. I hadn't noticed that. Not that it will save him. And Art will take the game after a grueling 24 minutes. Wow. Wow. Oh man. I think it's gonna be Art versus someone next. Paco Mike? Okay. That was an insane game. I don't even... So... here's how I look at that. It started very modern, I guess. Like, we had the Immortal, or not the Robo Opener, right? And the Adept Drop was like very, hey, we've figured out Robo Openings again. And then it cuts into the meta and says, hey, we're gonna get our double Stargate behind this because it handles all the follow-up aggressions. Response aggression. But Starkiller, he's not going for response aggression. He's just going for aggression to begin with. So he like breaks in there, does all this damage, but he can't actually kill Paco Mike. Or not Paco Mike. Art. Paco Mike is the next player. See, I'm just gonna... Oh. Never mind. I think... Ah, okay. Paco Mike has walkover, so that will conclude this stream. I will yeah. check out the mainstream. I'm Xenodactyl. You guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find Alpha X. Yeah. Okay. Bye.